I feel physically sick, and this might have something to do with the amount of coffee that I just drank, given the fact that I have not had caffeine in my system for the longest. But oh well, it is what it is, and we shall explain. Welcome to a world with no end. This is not my typical intro because my typical intro is hyper rehearsed and fixated into my mind, but we're doing this hyper spontaneously also because I feel the need to create something, or at least to randomly rant about something, and throw away all of those parameters that I set the first time. And oh, this is going to be about this and this and this. No, I'm going to take creative liberty here, and I'm just going to rant about my life in general. So, as a person, my next episode was either supposed to be about the progress that I've made in rewriting the story for my book, but that was also going to be highly vague and ambiguous because I said it in the last video, like, he also might steal my stuff and run with it, and I'm not looking forward to the prospect of any of that. So we're not doing that, right? But it was either going to be about the process that I've made, progress that I've made in restructuring the world, the magic system, the world building, the story narration, or it's going to be is it episode two? Episode two? Yeah, of the Citizens Dive. Because what did I do? I did R.I.P. Love. The next song is supposed to be Thick and Thin. I'm still working on describing Thick and Thin properly. Yeah? So that was what was supposed to happen. Except I am back at school, right? And being back at school means I have to deal with things like assignments and tests. At the time of recording this, I have a test tomorrow, right? Um, Tomorrow being Wednesday, the 1st of March, right? It's the 1st of March, right? It's not, yeah, it's the 1st of March. Yeah, I have a test, right? An accounting test. At this point, I have drank more caffeine than I have drank in the longest time. So if you know me on a personal level, you know that I sort of took like a tolerance break from caffeine as a whole, like no energy drinks, no coffee, no nothing. Or if I did, it was in like very conservative amounts. Reason being, I just needed my body to like function outside of the context of having dangerously high levels of caffeine in it, right? So because I have this test, and because I'm trying to remember everything I did in O-level accounting so that I do not fail this test, because it's 50% of my coursework. Like, it's all of my coursework. This test is all of my coursework. I decided to brew coffee. Not just use instant coffee granules, no. That stuff that you have to brew that needs to sit on the stove or whatever so that the flavors. I brewed a cup of coffee, and it has made me physically ill. This is temporary though, because I have extremely high caffeine tolerance, so my body is going to adjust rather quickly. But as it stands, I feel really ill, and I don't want all of that. When I started recording this, I had a very specific idea of what I wanted to rant about, but now it has just turned into a very random rant about life. And what I'm going to say about life is, you know, when I got into this degree, hey, it was supposed to be fun. You know, I really wanted to become a lawyer and everything. You know, I wanted to be reading cases and all of those books. I thought it was going to be fun. But education as it stands, in the context in which I'm learning, it's ruining all of that. My desire to be a student is fast waning. It's vanishing. It's gone. It's dead, and I am barely holding on by a thread. And it is at this point that I ask, where are you people finding the will to live? Like, please tell me where you find all of that. Do they sell it at a supermarket? Does it grow in a garden somewhere? Where do you find the will to live and continue with your life? Because I'm standing here, I'm like, none of this is worth it. None of this is worth it. This is just stress on top of stress. Nobody should be awake at 11 p.m. because they're cramming for a test that determines all of their coursework, and the failing of which determines whether or not they've passed this entire module, which, by the way, I'm writing an exam for in like 9 days. Hectic, right? It's all just so crazy. But it's fine because apparently, according to my friends and people, I'm smart, so apparently I can handle this, and that's literally what I'm going off on. I'm smart and I can handle this, but all of this is chaos, and yeah. Oh, help me, universe, to find the strength to deal with all of this. I was having a conversation with my friend actually, and we were laughing about how when we walked into university as first year students, it was chaotic, but like it was the quote fun kind of chaotic. We were overwhelmed, but we could still joke about it in a nice way and move on with our lives. And now she's telling me about repeating a course. I'm dangerously close to repeating courses because I don't know what's happening with my life. I feel like I'm just going down. None of this is okay. None of this is okay, and none of this should be put on the internet. But anyways, raw feelings out of the way. Um, I have made progress in other things, in as far as rewriting my book is concerned. Um, I am slowly figuring out the new direction that I want to take. It's still the same story, just less over the top because the initial story, I feel like I gave myself way too much to do. Like, if you're going to have 12, 13, 24 different magical worlds within the context of a universe that you created, best believe you need a very active imagination to craft all of them, and then you need very good descriptive language to describe each and every one of them and their relevance. And I realized that I do not have those. So I've decided to be ambitious within reason, which has led to me cutting out certain worlds and narrowing down the parameters of my story so that I can handle them better, right? So I've made progress. I have started redesigning the magic system, and I was telling my friend Nyasha, you should go to my friend Nyasha's YouTube channel. It's Nyasha B. You should go to her channel, watch her content. Lovely human. So I was talking to my friend Nyasha, and I was telling her about how I'm redesigning the magic system. And I told her the most basic elements of it. But here, as I'm standing here, or technically sitting in front of these books that I'm supposed to be reading, as I'm sitting here, I've redesigned it mostly, and I kind of know where I want it to go now. I know how it functions for the most part. Of course, I know how it functions. I created it, but it's no longer just magic that happens on a whim. It actually has some form of structure. It sort of falls into this hybrid between a hard and soft magic system. Aspects of it are hard, aspects of it are soft. There are many YouTube videos that explain what a hard and soft magic system is if you're interested in all of that. But yeah, and I'm getting somewhere with that. I'm also getting closer to describing what Thick and Thin is as a song to me. So you'll probably also get that at some point, maybe after the exam. But yeah, thank you for quite literally listening to a rant. I know I always say thank you for listening to nonsense, but this is pure nonsense. It's chaos. So yeah, I will see you when I fix my life.